All right, cool. Give it up for Dmytro.
So, hello everybody. My name is Dmytro Gorbunov. I work for Tom as a software developer. So today I will show how to build minimal Docker images. So why reducing size of images?
Do you mind speaking up a bit?
Yes. So why it's important? I think everyone it's clear, but it's worth to mention because it's faster to deploy, it's more secure, less unused packages, and it's cheaper, less storage required. So actually it's worth to do it. So I will cover three approaches. First is building from scratch. Second, use minimalistic distro Alpine Linux, and the third one using a build framework based on Gentoo. So if you search for existing Dockers in GitHub or Docker Hub, you will see that from scratch is usually used for tools, and also for some interpreted languages where possibility to build into statically linked binaries provided. For example, for Go. So the best example is Docker Randstad, is the first line, which is currently replacing, currently provides a possibility to display a Docker tree images. So the second one is images based on Alpine Linux. Alpine Linux is minimalistic Linux based on Muscle C runtime library instead of glibc. And this is from the GitHub, but they actually declare that, for example, for MySQL client, they reduced a lot size of image. So I will show for other Docker images how much size reduction is. So, what's the pros of using images based on Alpine Linux? It's easy to use, and it's quick to build them, and latest software usually available in their package management. Also, the minimalistic Muscle C library instead of glibc provided, and Muscle C library is intended for using for embedded systems, so it's much smaller than glibc. What's the negative impacts? That by default no init system, and it might be critical for some Dockers that run some services. Partially it's improved. If you look at these references, I will share these slides later, so all URLs will be available. And Muscle C library has some problems, but not like problems with itself, but the problem with the software that use some non-documented glibc behavior. And all the recent version of software are available in Alpine package manager, so it might be a problem if you want to run, for example, old version of Node.js or PHP that you know where your software is working. And no easy option to change compiled features, but it's common for all for Ubuntu. For example, you just use pre-compiled packages, and you have to start with the options that maintainer has chosen. So the third one is third approach is build images using Gentoo-bb. Gentoo-bb is a build framework based on Gentoo, built by Eric Dagenberg, and it provides a convenient way to build actually a lot of images. I will show you later. I think it's hard to. Can you read this? Okay. I can skip this one. Okay. So actually, if you just open the. If you just follow this link, there is a nice explanation how to start and actually where to look into. It's just step by step. If you don't want to build these containers by yourself, don't worry. It's pre-built ones are available in Docker Hub. So the nice feature is this system allows to separate build dependencies from and runtime dependencies. Actually, by using this build framework, you build your own system from source code. For example, if you have to run MySQL database, you will build it. So you have full control of features that you may switch on or off. And by default, you have to do nothing, no changes. And okay, so the positive effects of using this build framework, it's highly configurable. It comes from Gentoo, this flexibility. It's possible to change almost everything. Compilation flags, different feature for different packages. It's easy to extend. It's properly in system for Docker used. It can be used as a tool for maintaining groups of container actually for different. The negative impact that it's relatively long time for building locally when you build it first time. Sometimes by default you don't have really minimal version of your image, and actually you have to build yourself your software. Actually it's a good thing because you own not only the software you build, but you also own your infrastructure and you have full control of update process of actually you have, let's say, more power. And people who are not familiar with Gentoo might think that it's too complex, but it's only for first time. Actually, as a test, so I've compared some Docker images. This one is official Docker image size. And the second column is Gentoo-bb images, and the third one is from Alpine Linux. So you can see it's quite a lot reduction. So it's actually worth to try. So, as a summary, I would suggest to use building from scratch when it's possible to provide single binary with statically linked libraries. Actually, containers based on Alpine Linux is now it's kind of trend. So it's the community is relatively big, and you may find a lot in internet, but problem that you will get latest software every time. It might be a problem in some cases, and you have to use pre-built packages. So it's also might be a problem. And also I suggest to at least try to use this Gentoo-bb stuff, because it really you will really have a full control of your infrastructure. So including, for example, you want to, just example, you have some crash in MySQL server somewhere. You can build, by this you can easily build debug version of MySQL server and actually have a nice report. Yeah, any questions?
If you go 2 slides back, you had a chart, the table with comparisons of sizes, and for all but one column, Alpine was smaller. So what's the benefit of building your Gentoo images?
It's smaller because it used different. Actually, Gentoo-bb use glibc, standard C library. Alpine use Muscle. This is one of the reasons why it's smaller. And the benefit of Gentoo-bb is that you build everything from sources. For example, you build your, I don't know, Redis, Node.js. You build it from sources and you have these sources. And if you want, you can even change something, I don't know, just investigate some problems. But in using Alpine Linux, you're stuck with their package manager, so you can just get binary of latest software, and you don't know when they will change it. Of course, they usually quite fast, so they rebuild. For example, if new version of Node.js is coming, they rebuild almost immediately. But you will lose the ability to get the old version unless you. Alpine is also open source, unless you will hand over their package management build system. That actually, I think, much bigger than using Gentoo-bb. So this is a benefit. So but it's very fast to get small binaries. So. Any other question?
In the next slide you said that it was experimental Alpine. Oh, not just for experimenting?
No, well,
it's not for production?
For myself, I wouldn't consider it as production ready. It's well, anyway, you have to test.
Why don't you consider it production? What's the reason behind it?
Sorry?
So why do you not consider it as production? Is there just based on feeling, or is it?
Yeah, it's just based on feeling. I mean, try to use this Alpine Linux at least for experimenting. Okay. So if you consider it's okay. So it's just my feeling. And as I said, I will share these slides. I have a reference section. It's really worth to read if you want to build minimal containers. There are very nice articles made by other people. For example, the last one. So it's please have a look.
So during your day-to-day work, what's the most important reason people will hire you to slim down their Docker containers? With what goal do they want to reduce or what's the most primary goal of everyone?
Well, actually, reducing the size of container it's not just a goal for goal. It's not a target. Target is to have a secure, maintainable system that you can have a full control of. So it's just a result of this system.
more about the security, more than being able to run more Docker containers on the same box or
so size is just,
size.
if you don't need some binaries, some packages, why you would push them to your images? And also, it's for some people it's wrong understanding Docker as a virtual machine. It's not exactly virtual machine. So by for example, this problem, Docker Randstad building process was happening because people start to run some init system inside Docker that are not aware that they are inside Docker. So it needs some tweaking. Yeah. So I'm done with this.